Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me. I have a story that I wanted to tell you guys from when I was pregnant and I never got around to it. So since I'm trying to do kind of different kind of videos, less like review, I figured this would be a fun story to share with you guys, or hopefully you'll think it's fun. I don't know. It's a pretty horrible story, but also like I'm fine. So if you want to see me create an eye look with some Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. If that sounds interesting to you, highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna try and talk less about the makeup and tell the story because it's kind of a long-ish story, but I figured I'd use two of my favorite Alien palettes, and I have all my Alien palettes in front of me because I want to do an Alien Cosmetics ranking video. I think you're gonna see the ranking video first and then this chatty video second. So if you are a huge fan of Unearthly Cosmetics or you're constantly wondering which ones are my favorites, I have a ranking video already done for you guys, so I'll try to remember to link that for you so you can check that out. These are two of my faves and most of my makeup is done, but I figured we'll just get into it. Okay, so the story I'm going to tell you guys is well, I think it's kind of funny, but it's not really. It's kind of awful. Basically, one of my jobs is to be a assistant, and so I am I don't want to say a virtual assistant because I don't really work on the internet, but basically my boss lives in another state, and so she was in France and she was on vacation, and one of our other coworkers' grandma's passed away. So she messaged me from France and she's like, hey, can you get some flowers sent? And I was like, sure. And I had done this many times before for different birthdays and work anniversaries and things like that. So I was like, sure, let me get that handled. And so I did some research, found a local floral shop, and I figured let me go local instead of using like 1-800-Flowers or something, you know, support small businesses and all that good stuff. So made the order on their website and did everything my boss wanted to. So I can admit I should have put my email address. I unfortunately used my boss's email for the order, so I didn't get any confirmation for the order. Fine. So then my boss comes back from France. I like forgot all about these flowers, whatnot. And so then I get an email from my boss and she's like, hey, like, did these flowers ever get delivered? I checked with XYZ person. They never received the flowers. Can you call the flower shop and find out what happened? And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was so embarrassed because I'm like, this is not something that's difficult to do. Like it's a pretty regular freaking task to order flowers. So I called the flower shop. I spoke to someone. I said, hey, like I'm trying to find out if these got delivered. Do you know? And the girl's like, yeah, they did get delivered. So I was like, okay, no worries. So that was like a Monday or a Tuesday. Okay, fine. So then I get back to my boss. I'm like, yes, I called them. They said they did deliver it. And then I, again, forgot all about it because I had done my due diligence. Okay, so then my boss messages me again. She's like, okay, I checked with so-and-so. They never received the flowers. Can you call the flower shop and check? I said, okay. So then I called them again, now for the second time. Spoke to a different lady who said, yes, we checked with our delivery driver. He actually knows the person's, so it was like my coworker, her mother, and then it was her grandmother that died. So her mom apparently knew the floral delivery guy, and he remembers delivering the flowers and la-di-da-di-da. Actually, I forgot to say, this is why like I can't be a commentary channel because I forget stuff. So in the meantime, sorry, they had emailed my boss while she was in France saying that they didn't have, so I had ordered like a double orchid and they only had like the single orchid. So they had emailed her saying like, hey, we don't have what you ordered. Do you still want us to like substitute something and send it? Da, 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 da. So she had never gotten a chance to respond to that because she was on vacation in France. Like who's checking email in France, you know? So then that's why she wanted me to follow up because she wasn't sure if something ever got delivered. So anyway, then the lady says, yeah, we checked with our delivery driver, XYZ. He remembers, he knows like XYZ's mom and he remembers delivering the flowers. So then I tell my boss this. Then my boss gets back to me for the third time and she's like, I checked. The only flowers they got from this florist was from her mom's college friend, Deborah, let's say, and it said like, sorry for your loss, lots of love, Deborah, nothing from the company I worked for. So now I called the florist for the third time, and I'm like, okay, guys, this is like the third time I've called. I don't have proof of delivery. You guys are telling me it got delivered. The person whose family member passed away is telling me that there is no flowers. It was $100 floral order. Like, what's happening? So I get pushed up the chain because they're all being extremely rude. In the meantime, I'm 37 weeks pregnant, mind you, trying to follow up on a stupid $100 order. And I don't know what you guys' customer service experiences are, but if you're a florist, I mean, every delivery place has proof of delivery now. I mean, Amazon takes a picture. I've worked with other florists in other states where they'll send you a picture confirmation of your order. And this place was giving me so much attitude. So they kept telling me like, it's not their problem. They know the delivery driver said that it was delivered and he knows the person, so he remembers delivering it. And I was like, I understand what you're saying, but you guys actually had 2 orders because one person's order got delivered, but the one we paid for never got delivered. You don't have proof of delivery. You don't have a picture. I need to speak to like a manager, whatever. Talk to a manager, no help. Super rude, super condescending, basically telling me to go tell my coworker's mother, who just lost her mother, that she must be mistaken and they need to look for this floral arrangement. And I'm like, this is horrible. This is the 3rd time now. And so I was like near tears. Like, Rel was so upset for me because he knew how stressed I was. So finally they put me through to the owner of the company, and this guy is so rude to me. I was like, sir, I was like, you don't have proof of delivery. All you have is your delivery guy saying that he did deliver it, but I've checked with the lady that was supposed to get the flowers. She doesn't have it. I can't go to somebody who just lost their mother and say you're mistaken, like they delivered the flowers, you're wrong. I need you to fix this or get me proof of delivery. He was so rude to me. He literally told me that I sucked at my job and that he was going to write my boss an email and tell her how incompetent I am and how much I suck at my job. And honestly, really just like annoying to me because I would have accepted, will deliver something else or at least like do the due diligence. Now this was my 3rd call and they were attacking me as if I had made the mistake. And so it was really kind of a rude awakening of how people can be. And I'm like, you know, it's COVID, like small businesses are struggling, and then you're gonna like insult somebody that went completely out of their way to use a small business. Like, I'm sorry. And so he was so rude, and he's like, I'm gonna write to your boss, I'm gonna tell her how incompetent you are at your job and that you're rude and this and that. And so then he like hung up on me, and I was like bawling in my car. I had just gone to our 37-week doctor's appointment, so I was in my car because I had gone with Rail, and anyway, that was a whole side story. But anyway, I don't know if he hung up or I hung up on him. Either way, it was extremely rude. And the thing is, I've worked for a small business. My husband still works for a small business. He actually runs a small business. And so I just know like the level of customer service that he and his business like provide. And so the fact that this person thought that it was okay to treat a customer like this was unbelievable. Like, I was shocked, and I was like in my head, I'm like, freak, I don't care. Call, email, smoke signal my boss, because I know my boss knows me and she's gonna think it's ridiculous. So anyway, my boss is a very busy person. I couldn't get a hold of her, so I started texting her, and then what happened after that? I don't even remember, but I sent her a text and she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, don't even worry about it. We'll dispute the charge, and I would love to report them to the Better Business Bureau because you're crying over this and it's ridiculous. And I totally agree with her. So then I was like so upset, so pregnant, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Target, like my happy little place. So I was like shopping at Target, Marco Poloing my friends, telling them that this had just happened, and everyone's just like, what? And I was like, I know, I've never, and I've worked so many customer service jobs, I've never, ever seen or treated somebody the way this person treated me. And so then I was shopping at Target, I was checking out, and I missed a call from my boss, so then I called her back, and here I am at the Target checkout, and she breaks into the story, and let me put something on my lid. I'm going to use this shade Change from the Fall Magic palette. I think that'll pair really well with the smoky look. And I'm also going to use this brush from What's Up Beauty. This is the R106. So my boss tells me how as soon as she had gotten my text, she had actually gotten an email from this guy, and she had read the email, and she said as soon as she got done reading the email, she got a phone call, and it was from that shop, and she was kind of like not really wanting to answer, but she answered the phone, and she's like, Karen, you wouldn't believe it. She said, this guy, after he sent a scathing email about how I suck at life and how I'm just like this terrible person and whatever, I would love to see that email actually, because I think that this person, like wherever they are, they still owe me like a massive apology, because you literally don't treat people like that. Like who treats somebody like that? Even if I wasn't the customer, like I was a customer because I was placing an order on behalf of my freaking boss, trying to do my job, making sure, and this was my third call. So many of his employees dropped the ball. And again, I have a lot of experience in small business and just working customer service. And you don't just give people answers if you don't know. You always say like, let me find out, let me get back to you. Like you don't just go on the defensive with the customer. So he had wrote to my boss saying that after he got off the phone and after he sent the email, they had actually talked to the delivery drivers, and they realized that they actually had not delivered the order. And I could have screamed. Like, you guys, the amount of crying I did because of this person and how rude they were to me, and then for them to come back and like, instead of just doing their job, like looking to make sure that they had actually delivered this order, they spent time writing an email to my boss to tell me how much I sucked at my job and all of the things, and then here we are. So yeah, it was kind of validating that my boss was so kind, and she like called me and she's like, Karen, this is what happened. He's gonna make sure the order gets delivered tomorrow and all of these things. And I was just so dumbfounded, because never, ever, ever, ever in my existence on God's green earth have I ever had somebody treat me like that. And it was insanity. So I never write like reviews or anything like that, but I definitely felt the need to leave that place a Yelp review. And then to top it all off, I swear they deleted my review because I went back to look. Like, listen, you guys know me. I'm like a very neutral, very chill person. The fact that somebody treated me like that, I was so upset. And so I wrote a review, which I never do. I never write reviews. But you know what? This place, I had looked up their Google reviews and they were so good. Nobody gave them a bad review, which is why I decided to go with them. And now, like, having been treated the way I was treated, I was like, wow, these people must just not keep any of their negative reviews. And so I think that's what's happening, which, like, if you guys know if people can delete Google reviews, let me know, because I couldn't find mine. And then I was so annoyed because I literally typed up that whole story and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking retype it. Like, I was so annoyed. And then I found, because I think Google sends you like a confirmation or something when you post a review. They send you a copy of it, I think, or I don't know where I found it, but I found the copy. So I copy pasted it back onto their page. And I said, like, this place deletes reviews. There's a reason they don't have any negative reviews. It's because they delete them. And then they had the audacity to respond to me. And I used my name. And they had the audacity to respond to me saying like, oh, like, we have no idea, like, what you're talking about. Like, please let us know what happened. I luckily copy pasted the incident back to their response. And I don't know if they ever responded to me, but I really, really hope people see that. My gosh, those people do not deserve any business and like for anyone to spend their hard-earned money with them, because I've never been treated so badly, like, in customer service like that. And oh my gosh, I was so disappointed. So that is my crazy, chatty, like, floral story. I wanted to tell you guys, and this is the look. So I really love the eyeshadows, and I do have my Rare Beauty bronzer and my Samantha March bronzer. So now I just need to pick out some cheek colors and finish up the look. So let's do that quick. So I just got the Bridgerton stuff. When you're watching this, it's probably been a while, but I've been loving the Pat McGrath face palettes, and the highlighters in the Bridgerton collection are beautiful. So I'm just going to grab this Lunar Beauty brush and go into the shade Nymphette, which is like a neutral tone bronzer. And I'm just going to pick up a bunch of this blush. I think I said bronzer. I'm sorry, I meant blush. And I'm just gonna put that on my cheeks. But yeah, that's my crazy customer service story. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you guys if you have any crazy stories like that. I love chatting to you guys in my comment section, but please, I'm not trying to tell the story just so you guys get mad or anything like that. I'm just telling you because I just couldn't believe it, and I thought it would be a fun story to tell on YouTube. And honestly, I'm trying really hard to use some palettes over again on my channel because I'm like notoriously good at using new palettes all the time. Like I said, since I'm planning on filming an Unearthly Cosmetics palette ranking, I decided to film this look and tell the story and do like a little get ready with me just so I can use these palettes. And I really did want to tell you guys the story because I was honestly so surprised. Stuff like this doesn't really happen to me, so I just couldn't believe it. So I'm going to use one of my Unearthly satin lipsticks. This is the shade Jeanette. This is like one of my favorite shades. It's like the perfect terracotta, warm, like yellowy orange shade. So there is that, and then we did highlighter and everything. So I just need to do mascara, finish up my hair, and I will be right back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. I would like to say this is like the finished look, but honestly, like my hair, all I did was blow dry it with my Dyson. If I could have a hairstylist live in and do my hair every day, I would be the happiest person on earth because I hate doing my hair so much. Anyway, in case you guys are wondering where these amazing earrings are from, I just got them in the mail. I treated myself to these for my birthday, I think, or maybe it was a few days after. I don't even know. I've just been eyeing these earrings on Instagram forever, and they were a little bit pricey. Like, I'm really cheap when it comes to my earrings. I usually only like to pay like $10. These were closer to $30, but I got them on Etsy, and the brand is Amber and Stone. I'll try and remember to link them down in the description box for you guys in case you're interested. I also have another pair, but I'm not going to show them to you right now. I'm going to save them for the perfect video. But how fun are these? I love them so much. I think they're those polymer like clay, but she like paints on them, and I just thought that was so cool. Anyway, so this is the final look. You guys saw all the things I put on my face. I love Unearthly's eyeshadow palettes. I can't wait to see what they have in store for 2022. And if you guys are interested, definitely check out my ranking video. Let me know one of your customer service horror stories down in the comments, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye guys!